kgs? 25 pounds?
Can I try picking it up?
Yeah. Another nice day and another day at the park. This will probably be something that recurs throughout the summer. It's a lot of fun and feels really good working out outdoors during the summer, especially in Canada where the weather is like super cold a majority of the time. So when the weather does get nice, it's so much fun to enjoy it. Plus, underappreciated quality, I would say, or at least I didn't know so much about, is Canada is filled with a lot of greenery. I did not know that, or at least Toronto is. In any case, going to focus on steel mace and kettlebell flow based exercises today. With the kettlebell, I'm going to try and come up with different patterns of movement that flow really well, and do them with superset it with some steel mace movement. So for the first combination, with the steel mace, I'm just doing regular 360s. I always like to start off with something basic with the steel mace, and then once I get the 360s nailed down, have my shoulders feeling good, I can move into movements where the transitions feel a little bit more natural once I feel like my shoulders are behaving the way I want them to behave. So with the kettlebell, I'm going to do kettlebell figure eights to curtsy lunge with a swing squat in the middle during the transition. All of that looks like this. So swing squat under the leg. I got a little ahead of myself, but you can kind of go with the flow and lunge at the same time as you're bringing the kettlebell up. Alternatively, you can finish this motion and then go into it. Or go with the so yeah, gonna superset that with steel mace 360s. If you guys have watched my previous or like my first steel mace videos, I think my form has improved considerably since I first started. Yeah, so gonna do this too for a bit and then on to something else. So for the next movement, so I'm going to I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to try and explain it into the microphone while the microphone's on the floor. I hope it picks up enough audio to make sense. Or maybe while editing I might be able to enhance audio or something. In any case, so I'm going to go from a swing into a clean, into a squat. So like a squat, like when I catch the weight with the clean. Then I'm going to drop it to the side, rotate, and go into a rotational or lateral snatch. And then keep repeating that for a total of 5 on each side. Looks like this. So starting off with the kettlebell on the floor, I'm going to go into a tactical clean and squat at the same time. As I come up, I'm going to rotate to the side that the kettlebell is on, and then drop it to the side, which is going to force my body to rotate. And then with that backward force, or with the momentum of it wanting to come back, I'm going to swing and get it into snatch position, then come down, tactical clean into squat, rotate, drop, lateral snatch, and repeat. I hope enough audio was being picked up for that. And then with the steel mace, so I'm going to do a 360, then do a drop. With the momentum of the drop, I'm going to catch the weighted part of the mace and go into a curtsy lunge. Looks like this. So yeah, keeping with that theme of flow exercises where there is a transition from one movement to the other, instead of doing like one specific movement. Yeah, kind of going with my overall training philosophy of the importance to be able to flow, be able to use momentum, use your whole body as a unit. That doesn't mean heavy lifting and all of that doesn't have its place. It certainly does. But I do think there's a lot of importance in doing these movements that force your body to be not so rigid, have a mental component to it where you have to think about how you're transitioning from one movement to the other, and just have spatial awareness and things like that. But yeah, gonna do 5 sets of this and then on to something else. So for the next movement, going to go from an alternate swing into a figure 8 lunge to a press with I don't know, in like a Turkish getup or I don't know. I should learn all these kettlebell terminologies, but after a while it just gets old. Like, but I see why names exist, but I don't know. I wish there was a better way of describing these things than just remembering the names. But yeah, like for example with dumbbells and like you can do flat dumbbell fly. Like if you say a fly, it makes sense. If you like, you know, it's like with the arm in a outstretched position. Then with a press, you know it's a press. But when all these, there's like, so when you sit on the floor, it's called a Z press or something. There's just so many more terminologies when it comes to like kettlebell and steel mace stuff that, yeah, I haven't caught up yet. In any case, here's what the movement looks like. So I'm going to do an alternate swing into a figure 8 lunge, press, and look up at the weight while my opposing hand palm touches the floor. Come back up, stand back, alternate swing, press, come back up, and repeat. So a lot of my workouts are usually kettlebell juggling stuff, which might not be like as relatable to most people, but this is definitely stuff that people could try out. So for the steel mace movement, doing steel mace 360s to a drop squat looks like this. So yeah, gonna superset these two for a bit. And then after that, there might be one more thing, after which kettlebell juggling, or it's going to be kettlebell juggling after. When the sun goes out, I'll probably do a few sprints and do some abs. If I'm able to find good lighting, I'll record that as well. So for the next thing, I'm going to focus on doing some groin and hip flexor mobility. So what I'm going to do is go from an alternate swing into a snatch, or first start off with a snatch, go into a Cossack squat, then bring it to rack position, do an ATG split squat, then switch sides and repeat. All of that looks like this. So starting off with the kettlebell on the floor, I'm going to snatch it up, then do a Cossack squat, bring it to rack position, rotate, ATG split squat, back to center, and repeat. Oh, yeah, so that is actually pretty taxing. And then we're going to move into steel mace 360s to a Cossack squat. Looks like this. So yeah, this is going to be the final superset before I move into some kettlebell juggling. Probably will record a little bit of that. Yeah, so that's probably next. Recording some freestyle while the light still permits.
How heavy is it?
12 kg, 25 pounds.
I got you. Can I try picking it up?
Yeah.
Can I? Oh my God. It looks heavy. Is it heavy? No, watch.
Those kids see me at the park every day, so they like to say hi. And yeah, so back to recording. So I found a spot at the park that's not being used and is really well lit. So this video can go on longer than I initially thought.
No, you're good. You're
Oh,
good.
they were looking at the camera like, what's going on here?
It's still recording.
Yeah. Whatever. That's all for today's video. See you all tomorrow.